Welcome back to the channel. We're diving deep into the 1981 50-cent coin. Is it the hidden treasure sitting in your car's ashtray? Or is it one of the most common coins ever minted? Stick around, because the answer is far more interesting than you might think. To understand the 1981 coin, we first need a quick history lesson. The 50-cent coin, as we know, it hasn't always been around. Before 1966, we had round, silver 50-cent pieces. But in 1969, Australia introduced a new coin, a coin that was truly unique. This new coin was made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that distinctive silver color we know today. But its most famous feature? Its 12 sides. That shape makes it the largest and most easily identifiable coin in our circulation. And of course, its most iconic feature is the design. This magnificent portrait of the Australian coat of arms, featuring the supporters, the kangaroo and the emu, designed by Stuart Devlin, the first official gold and silversmith to the royal household. It's a symbol of our nation, right there in our pockets. But here's the crucial bit of context. The mintage numbers, that's the number of coins produced each year, have varied wildly. In some years, like the early 70s, they made very few. And then there's 1981. Now, before you click away, hear me out. The reason this is so fascinating is why it's only worth 50 cents. In 1981, the Royal Australian Mint produced a staggering number of these coins. Asterisk 1981 over 30 million coins, asterisk 1970. 1.5 million asterisk 1985. 9 million asterisk, that's right. Over 30 million 50-cent coins were struck in 1981 across the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra and the branch mints in Melbourne and Perth. To put that in perspective, they made more 50-cent coins in 1981 than in the previous 5 years combined that they flooded the market. So, while your 1981 coin has been on a 40-year journey through wallets, cash registers, and vending machines, there are literally millions of its identical siblings out there. Demand.so is at the end of the story? Not quite. Because in the world of coin collecting, condition and variety are everything. While a worn, circulated 1981 is worth 50 cents, there are versions that are highly sought after. The first and most important factor is condition. A coin that has never been circulated, what we call an uncirculated or mint state coin, is always more desirable to collectors. This is an uncirculated example. Look at the lack of scratches, the full, sharp detail on the emu's feathers and the kangaroo's head, and the original mint luster, that frosty, shiny surface. A coin like this, kept in pristine condition, can be worth a few dollars, maybe $3 to $8 to a collector who needs a high-grade example for their collection. But we're still not talking about life-changing money. For that, we need to look for errors and varieties. This is an incredibly rare error where a 50-cent coin was accidentally struck on a blank, called a planchet, intended for a different coin. The most famous is the 1981 50-cent struck on a large, round 20-cent planchet. These are missing their 12 sides and are the wrong color. Those are incredibly rare and could be worth thousands of dollars, but I must stress, these errors are 1 in a million. You're vastly more likely to find a standard, 12-sided, copper-nickel 1981 coin. First, check the obverse, the queen's side. The year is clearly displayed below her portrait. You found 1981? Great. Now, look just below the ribbon of her hair. You'll see tiny letters. For the 1981, none of the regular circulation strikes are significantly rarer than the others. They all had massive mintages. So, finding a P or an M doesn't automatically make it more valuable. The real check is for condition and errors that is it virtually flawless, with a bright, shiny, original surface? If so, it might be worth a few dollars uncirculated. Is it the wrong shape? Is it missing its reading, the serrated edges? Is it A? Coins out there. They're what they are, a sturdy, reliable, and historically common piece of Australian currency. So, why does the myth of the valuable 1981 50-cent coin persist? I think it's a combination of things. People remember hearing that old coins can be valuable. 1981 feels like a long time ago now. And because we handle 50-cent coins so often, We're primed to look at the date, hoping to find a hidden gem. The 1981 is a lesson in basic economics for collectors. Scarcity plus demand equals value. The 1981 has no scarcity, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. Its value isn't monetary, it's historical. It represents a year of immense economic activity in Australia. It's a time capsule from the early 80s. Every single one of those 30 million coins has a story. It might have bought a pie at the footy in 81, a train ticket in 90, or been part of your first weekly allowance. So, the next time you find a 1981 50-cent coin in your change, don't be disappointed that it's not worth a fortune. Instead, appreciate it for what it is, the most common and in its own way one of the most successful coins Australia has ever produced. A true workhorse of our numismatic history. What coin should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below. Have you ever found a genuine error coin? I'd love to hear about it. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content from the Coin Zone. It really helps the channel out. And remember, keep checking your change. You never know what you might find. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.